Congratulations to you guys. There's so many faces out there that really gonna miss when we start school this August. I've absolutely loved sharing this time together. It's truly an honor to introduce our speaker today. I've known her for over 4 decades, and I'm not sure there's anyone who exudes the Baylor spirit more than she does. Christie has been an absolute champion of the Baylor School. Christie is a highly successful businesswoman and partner at ACA, yet is continually involved in everything Baylor. She is a donor, a volunteer, a phone-a-thon caller, a reunion planner, and community builder. She has been on our alumni board for 19 years and has served as the president of the Alumni Council. She has recently been elected to our board of trustees. She's an amazing mom, and I can't wait to see Rand follow in his mother's footsteps and the impact he will have here at Baylor. I'm proud to be a fellow alum, I'm proud to be a friend, and I'm proud to introduce Christie Dillard to the class of 24.
Greetings, class of 2024. I have the distinct honor and privilege of welcoming you into the alumni body of Baylor School as the 130th graduating class. As Scotty mentioned, I'm the current president of the Alumni Council, and I've loved my time serving in this role. In 10 days, you will graduate from this magical place and join the most powerful network you will ever join. You will join a network of over 8,000 alumni where you will immediately share a connection because of a mutual love of Baylor. Being here with you today, as Alexis and Chris mentioned, as well, is incredibly nostalgic. 27 years ago, I sat in these same seats in the same field house, full of anticipation for what was to come. While 27 years ago seems like a very, very, very long time ago, it also feels like it could have been yesterday. And I think you all got incredibly lucky with that Simon Says game. We had to square dance in really awkward groups. At the risk of making myself sound even older, I want to paint a picture for you of what this day was like for me. It was May of 1997. The year 1997 had been ingrained in my brain since the moment I arrived on this campus at 12 years old in the 6th grade. Bill Clinton was the president. Tiger Woods had just won the Masters for the first time. He was the youngest in history. The Spice Girls were the top of the music list. And the internet had just come on the scene. But you had to access it through your home phone line. So if your mom needed to make a phone call, you had to get off the internet. I had a cell phone, but it was massive, and it was housed in this briefcase that had to be connected to the car. If you've ever seen Saved by the Bell, it looked a lot like Zach Morris's phone. There was no texting, no Snapchat, no Google, no Netflix, no camera phones, no TikTok. The iPhone didn't even come on the scene for 10 more years. Laird Davis was the head of school, and Chris Angel was teaching chemistry and biology. Other Baylor greats were also here: Coach Clark, Ms. Zott, Bart Lofton, Chris Watkins, to name a few. While so many things have changed when comparing 1997 to today, many are exactly the same. I was packed and ready to go on the senior trip to the exact same place you will go. And then after graduation, I, like you, was about to embark on my next adventure. There were so many feelings rushing through my brain. Excitement to start at Swanee in the fall, but sadness to leave the closest friendships I'd ever had. I had no idea the magnitude of opportunities that lie ahead of me and how many of them would be a direct result of a connection to Baylor. My time at Swanee was amazing. I was immediately embraced and welcomed to campus by older alumni that came before me. So I definitely encourage you to do that as you get further in your college career and the classmates behind you come up. Reach out to them, make them feel welcome. I was incredibly prepared for my college experience because of Baylor, and it was obvious that I was prepared more than most. I was using what I learned in my classes at Baylor well into my Swanee career, and then senior year quickly came, and then it was time to join the real world and get a job. Life after college took me to Memphis to begin a career in banking, and I remember sitting in my final interview with the president of First Tennessee Bank when he said, "Tell me more about Baylor." I want to send my kids there to be boarding students. It's an incredible campus, what a great school, and I didn't talk anything about everything I'd prepared. All I did was talk about Baylor. I got the job, my banking career was launched, and I worked in banking for 6 years before deciding this really isn't for me. No flexibility, I think I had to wear pantyhose every day, it was awful. What next? I had no clue. I called the director of alumni at Baylor at the time. It's the role that Kaylee Snyder's mom now has at Baylor. And I asked for ideas of people who were in various fields of study or work that I could call on to help me figure out my next move. Some were phone calls, but several turned into lunches or coffee dates, and my goal for these meetings was to learn more. What do you do? Why do you like it? What's your day like? How much flexibility do you have? What's your career path to get where you are? One of those meetings was with Justin Guthrie, who's in the class of '96. He's got 2 kids here, I believe a freshman in 7th grade. He had founded a company a few years earlier called Beacon Verification with another Baylor alum, Jeff Tremians, from the class of '92. The company focused on investment performance and ensuring that asset managers were prepared when a regulator came knocking, which I knew absolutely nothing about at the time. There were 11 people working for this company in '07, and I became the 12th, and there were already 4 Baylor alumni that worked there. This 12-person company has now grown to over 1,500 people. We've been sold 4 different times. I'm proud to be an owner and lead global product sales for the commercial team. I've led meetings in packed boardrooms of many of the largest global asset managers, hedge funds, private equity firms in the world. I've had the opportunity to travel around the world and speak as a subject matter expert on investment performance. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities I've been given, and it absolutely was a direct result of a Baylor connection. And we continue to hire Baylor alums, so if any of you major in finance, call me when you graduate. That's just one of many examples any Baylor alum will tell you about the Baylor Alumni Network. The body of over 8,000 people are doing some outstanding things in the world. Doctors, nurses, dentists, physical therapists, lawyers, bankers, scientists, engineers, investment bankers, fund managers, teachers, principals, artists, musicians, athletes, coaches, journalists, pilots, flight attendants, politicians. I could go on and on and on. Notable alumni that I thought you may be interested to hear about, the bassist for the band Old Crow Medicine Show, they sing Wagon Wheel, a former speechwriter for then Vice President Biden, the mayor of Chattanooga, marketing and director of brand management for Taylor Swift, a New York Times editor, a nationally recognized softball coach, Kelly Smith, many golfers on the PGA Tour, and so many other really cool things that Baylor alums are doing. We have alumni living on 6 of the 7 continents. Maybe one of you will take up residence in Antarctica one day. There are currently 200 legacy students currently enrolled at Baylor, and 32 of you in this graduating class. Wow. There are 103 Baylor marriages where an alum married another alum, and perhaps your future spouse is sitting in this room. Next week, you will receive an email inviting you to officially join Baylor Connects, the online networking tool for Baylor alumni. You will have endless data at your fingertips to search as you continue in your college careers and beyond. You can make your own list in a few years of the alumni that you want to reach out to as you embark on your career adventures. Please put me on the list if you're in finance. Baylor Connects will allow you to stay in contact with Baylor and with your classmates as well. I wish this tool was around when I graduated from Baylor. There will be so many other ways for you to stay connected through social media, coming home for alumni weekends, helping to plan your reunion one day, or perhaps serving on the Alumni Council or the Board of Trustees, maybe even as the president. The friendships you have formed during your time at Baylor will stay with you for the rest of your lives. My closest friends today are still the people I sat in this room with 27 years ago. It's an absolute joy to watch our children all grow up together. The shared love of Baylor will forever bond all of you and all the Baylor alumni together. When I think of you graduating today and the massive advances in technology, far away from dial-up internet and suitcase phones, I can only imagine how much easier it will be for you all to stay connected. I encourage you to make the effort to stay close to your classmates and Baylor. It will pay off in spades in your future. Congratulations to the class of 2024. I can't wait to see what you do in the world. We are all rooting for you, and may your futures be filled with much success and happiness. Go Big Red.